the halachot of Muktze, a few more practical cases that often occur. A button. Do you have a button on your shirt, on your suit, that falls off on Shabbat? What's the status of this button? Is it a problem of Muktze or not? Halacha explains, the button, even though initially it's attached to our shirts, to our suit jackets, to whatever it may be, if it falls off on Shabbat, the thread gets loose and it comes off, the button itself is still okay. It's not considered Muktze. I don't have to stop touching it or stop moving it, rather. You can still have it, put it in your pocket, keep it for after Shabbat, and re-sew it. Even though this reconnecting of the button to the shirt or the jacket, whatever it is, requires to be sewn, which is the melacha, from on Shabbat. We don't forbid Ravaya writes, we don't forbid carrying or moving this button because of that. It compares the case to another case of different types of panels that are removable that wouldn't be muktze because the panels themselves are also considered a keli and can be used. So that's the halacha regarding buttons, that if they fall off, they're not considered muktze, you can continue using them. Now what about a window or a door that fall off the hinges on Shabbat? So this is a little different. And the halacha explains, a door or a window of a house, that they fell off the door, or fell off the hinges, whether it was during the week or on Shabbat, those are muktze, you can't move them. Why? Even if you have a purpose for it of itself, you can stand it up upright and use it as shade or whatever it may be, it's still a problem. They weren't prepared to be removed from the hinges on Shabbat. They were built into the house. They're built as a part of the structure. If they fall off, they are not considered their own keli. It's not like a button that in of itself has the substance, can provide a purpose. It's its own entity that's connected to the house, and if it falls off the hinges, it's considered a muktze on Shabbat and can't be moved. Only when they're attached to the house, they are used. And last, commonly, we've asked this a few times, it sounds not common, but it could be common. A Mezuza. What happens if the Mezuza falls off on Shabbat? The tape was bad, or someone bumped into it, or something hit it, and it falls off. Does the Mezuza, is it treated like the button, quote unquote, or like the door that in this scenario that is muktze or not? So the halacha explains, Ravada writes, Mezuza shenafla mimkoma lekviyota. We have the Mezuza on the door on a set place on Shabbat. En alea tarat muktze umuteret batitul. There's no muktze by the Mezuza. And if it falls off the wall, the doorpost, on Shabbat, you can move it. It's not compared to the door of the house that if it falls off the hinges, it's asur to move. Why? The mezuzah has its own kedusha, and it has its own significance, its own personal or independent significance. And it's not nullified to the house. So the mezuzah, if it falls off on Shabbat, it can be moved. I mean, it should be picked up. Don't leave it on the floor. It's bizui for the mitzvah. Pick it up, put it there somewhere else, and re-put it on the wall after Shabbat. Have a wonderful day.